John 11:35 is the shortest verse in the whole Bible, and it says, Jesus wept. So what was he weeping about? Well, his good friend Lazarus had died 4 days earlier, and when Jesus got to the tomb, he was overwhelmed with grief and sadness, and so he began to weep. Now the thing is, Jesus knew what he was going to do. He knew he was going to raise Lazarus from the dead. And even verses earlier, he says that to Lazarus' sisters. He says, your brother will rise again. So he knew what he was going to do, but he didn't cut to that part. He didn't get to the tomb and say, don't worry, it's okay, I'm going to resurrect him. You don't need to cry. It'll be okay. No, he took time to weep and to grieve. And I think a lot of times we like to skip over the grief because it's uncomfortable. And we say things like, it's okay. They're in heaven now. They're with Jesus. And that may be true. But we need to get better at taking time to grieve. Because when we do that, for one thing, it points out how much we loved that person. The next verse after Jesus wept, it says, see how he loved him. Jesus' grief showed how much he loved Lazarus. For another thing, when we grieve, it points out how unnatural death feels, because it is unnatural. Jesus came to give us life and life to the full. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so when we grieve death, we are acknowledging that this was not part of the plan. God never wanted this for us. So if you're in a place where you're grieving, that is okay. Jesus took time to weep, and you can too.